Everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with a new video for you guys to enjoy. Well, today we're gonna do the first ever Q&A, question and answer for Oakland Latinos United. So this is the number one first Q&A I've ever done on my channel, and I want to see if I could start a new trend. So I want to see how this Q&A goes, and I've got about 50 questions, so that's good for a first Q&A. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's tap into my Oakland Latinos United with Jay the Wanderer, aka Jay Jose Q&A. So I got a lot of questions on mostly on YouTube, and I got a few on IG, and we're gonna start in no particular order. So the first question from the homie Shortcuts. He says, "Why these haters hate?" Well, there's a lot of haters out there, unfortunately. Whenever you're doing something good or doing something positive or productive, there's always going to be haters. It's like a yin and a yang. There are the congratulators and there's the haters. You know what I mean? Let's face it, you can rescue a girl from a burning building, you could cure cancer, and there's still going to be someone out there who's going to hate on you and hate what you did. You feel me? Next one comes from Cadillac Chris GC, Mr. Pumpernickel. What was you doing when you noticed the Oakland Hills was on fire? I was on the bus headed north and seeing the flames like, oh shit. I remember I was still living in on Chapman Street, and we seen it from a distance. At first you didn't see it a lot, and then later on you could see it. We didn't get to go over there, and I just remember it was on the news, and then, the whole city was covered in smoke. I remember passing by there through the Caldecott Tunnel because we were going to Sacramento because we were about to move to Sacramento, and I remember the whole, like about a month later, the whole mountain was was gone. It was just burnt up over there by the Caldecott Tunnel by Oakland, Berkeley border, and yeah, it looked a trip, very creepy. You know what I mean? 510 Oaklander from the west side says, when you going to ride with someone knowledgeable about Oakland? I mean, I've have rode with people who are knowledgeable about Oakland. I've had people who know about the town on my channel and people in my comments who know about Oakland. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll meet more people that know more about Oakland. You feel me? Jefe KC out there in Kansas City. Much love to Kansas City. My homie out there in Kansas City from the northeast side. Um, Jefe, I think, told me he's from the west side on the chat. Would you rather be blind with millions of dollars or broke with no legs? Jesus Christ, what a question. And it would suck to be blind and have money, but I like having money. But it would be suck with broke with no legs. Maybe blind with money, with millions. Ah, Brenda Love, what's up, Brenda Love? Says, what would you like to accomplish in the next 5 years? I would like to become a YouTube star, make this channel popular worldwide. I would like to continue finish with my schooling. I would like to travel more. I would like to be making good money and losing some weight and getting better in my health. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are about five things that I would like to do in the next 5 years. Gato Negro says, why are you so fat but such a pimp? Hey, because I got that Oaktown game, you feel me? And just because you're fat can't mean you're pimp. You can't be pimpish. And let's just face it, bro. You know, the more bigger, the more loving, you feel? Abraham L. What is the most you have paid music performance show? The most I've been paid? Probably 3,000 a show. That's probably the most so far. And he also asked, would Mr. Fab for Oakland mayor, yes or no? I don't know about his political stance. Just on him being a rapper, I wouldn't vote for him. But hey, learn about some politics and we'll see. You know what I mean? Abram L. also asked, Mexican versus Colombian versus African nalgas. Good lord. Hey, they're all nice, they're all juicy, and they're all firm and nice to look at and nice to grab. So I really can't say which one's better because they all have their niceness. Philosophero out there in, I think he's from San Diego. says California burrito or a salad. I mean, the California burrito is good, but I would have to pick salad for the panza, the French fry burrito. Um, how much do you think we have before shit hits the fan? Philosopher says. Well, if our politicians are smart, shit won't hit the fan. But if they're not, either there's going to be nuclear war, revolutions, or a proxy war that's going to last for a long time, and it's going to hit our pockets. So we'll see. Rasa Business from the town says, how things are going with the homeless and crime. Do you think Oakland will get better or will it stay the same as it is? Uh, I would say if gentrification continues, fentanyl continues, uh, the recession continues, I think things are going to continue to be the same with gentrification and all that. If there's something to help the drug problem, the housing crisis, it could definitely help people out, but it's going to be hard, you know. As long as there's drugs and no money and things are expensive, there's going to be crime. He also says, what junior high school did you go to? And tell us a good memory that always stuck with you in Oakland. Well, my junior high school years are kind of a blur because I went to two junior high schools. I went for a little bit to Calvin Simmons, then I moved to Sacramento, and I went a little bit to a school out there called Wilsey Wood, but then I got sick and I had some surgery done, and I missed most of my middle school. And then when I ended up in high school, I was at a school called Hiram Johnson in Sacramento, and then I came back to Oakland when I was in the senior, 12th grade. So I moved out there when I was like in the eighth or ninth grade, something like that. um, as far as panaderías, I like Los Mexicanos bakery on Fruitvale. I used to like the Mexicanos bakery in the Mexicanos market. I like the one on Fruitvale and Farnham. I can't remember the name of it. It's right there. That place is pretty good. The one across the street that's there now, too, a newer one, and I can't remember the name, where Jorge's and Tapatio. They're pretty good because they got Central American bread. I miss the old school pan dulce a la borriqueña out there in old West Oakland. You know, that was one of my favorite spots. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. Mr. Goyo, what's up, Jose? I just want to send mines to you and your family. Keep up the good work, my brother. Keep pushing forward from Salinas to Oakland all day, every day. Much love, respect. Yay, yay. Hey, Mr. Goyo out there in Salinas. Much love and respect. God, now keep on supporting. Keep on liking. Tell your friends to subscribe, to press the bell notification, and donate to the channel. Gracias, carnal. Carlos Miramonte 96. Do you collect stuff? Yeah. I collect a lot of things. I have a lot of hats. A lot of my lives, you can see some of my sombreros and baseball hats. I have Kangos. I have also a lot of ponchos that I wear from time to time when it's cold, like now. I have ponchos from Colombia. I have them from Ecuador, from Peru, from Mexico. I have a collection of Pendletons. So, yeah, I collect things. Uh, let's see. Jay Rivera says, whatever happened to Don Suave? Unfortunately, Don Suave had a little incident on the live with one of our supporters, and they had a, let's just say, not very good discussion, and Don Suave hasn't been back since. But, hey, he's always invited to come back, you know what I mean? Hey, Don Suave, what's up, bud? Come back and visit us, you know what I mean? We miss you, buddy. But, yeah, Don Suave, man, come back. Let's see. Sam Boy, the homie from Sam City, says, what up, Ago? Is it true that there was a witch or a ghost roaming around Lazier School over there near your neck of the woods in Jingletown growing up? I always heard the story. You know what? That's the first I ever heard of it. I mean, I know Lazier. I grew up on East 7th Street as a kid and a little bit as a teenager, and I've been to that area many times. I didn't go to Lazier, but that's a whole story unto itself. But I hang out in the campus many times. My brother used to play basketball over there. I used to ride my bike there. I used to always go to Lazier, and I never heard the ghost story, bro. To be honest with you, that's the first. I'll look into it though. Gato Negro, have you ever been to Comic Con? No, I haven't, bro. But I heard there be some hot girls playing cosplay there. Is it true what they Gato Negro again? Is it true what they say about those booths at porn stores? The only thing I could remember of like that, there used to be the place, the quarter spot, Las Coritas, over there in San Francisco, North Beach, right next to the Palladium off Broadway. It was a place where you would go and you would put a quarter and the window would go up and there'd be some girl naked right there. And I remember there used to be like these booths and they would have fucking napkins or Kleenex on the side. It was pretty gross, actually. D. Flores said, "What is the best taco truck out there?" I would say my personal favorite, Migriense on 29th, where Goodwill is on East International or East 14th. Sinaloa on 22nd and International or East 14th. Gordos is okay. El Grullo on 29th is pretty good. On 27th, I mean, Ave is pretty good. Zamorano's good. There's a lot of taco trucks in Oakland. Trust me, bro. The one by Lake Merritt, I think it's called Mi Rancho. That one's pretty good. But yeah, my top favorite are Migriense on 29th and East 14th or International, and Sinaloa on 22nd and International. Oh shit, we got Nando, my boy from the 916 from Sacramento. That's my boy right there. He says, "Who do you think is tougher, Mexicans who wear Dickies or Mexicans who wear Derbies and Ben Davis?" Come on, bruh. Ben Davis and Derbies is Bay Area shit. That originated in San Francisco and the Bay Area, bro. You know, so I'm gonna go with Ben, and so did Derby of San Francisco. So I'm gonna go with Derbies and Ben Davis. You know what I mean? Because that's an old Bay Area style. A lot of people don't know that. Better tell someone. Jay Rivera once again says, "Are Guatemalans taking over Oakland? Is the future of Oakland short?" Is that directed to shortcuts? Well, definitely Guatemalans are one of the new Latino groups that are growing in Oakland, have grown in the last probably 10 years, and they're definitely a big force out there. There's also a lot of South Americans coming into Oakland from Colombia, Chile, and from other countries, Peru also. you have you have a lot of Central Americans from El Salvador, Honduras, some from Nicaragua too. And definitely growing, you know what I mean? I would say in the future there is gonna be like a hybrid of people that speak Spanish, English, and Mam, which is one of the Mayan languages, and there's gonna be a lot of mixed probably couples or kids that are half Guatemalan, half Mexican, or half black and half Guatemalan, or half Asian and half Guatemalan, or half white and half Guatemalan. Trust me, it's coming. See, B510 says, "Oakland Latinos United, are you a dropout?" Yes, I am. I actually am a dropout. I dropped out of college in 2011, and I have the paperwork to prove it. So, yes, I am a dropout. Happy? Raul Oaklone says, "Who do you think will be the new mayor? How many modelos? Being an OG from the Oaktown, from Oakland, what do you see in the town in 15 years? Less crime or more?" Well, actually, today is election day, and I was looking at the polls earlier, and it looks like some guy named Lauren Taylor is winning. Shane Tao is in second, and De La Fuente is third. Maybe this Lauren Taylor cat is going to be the next mayor. As far as the future of Oakland in 15 years, it's hard to say with the gentrification. I don't know if they're going to try to push poor people out of Oakland more. But if things aren't fixed with the drugs, the gentrification, the raising of prices, the inflation, definitely crime is either going to get worse. It's hard to say, man. But we'll see how it goes, man. Mike Mangante, 925 from Antioch, California. We've talked before. Shouts out to the Yacht Town. Says, "What is your favorite Oakland rapper and group? Other than Oakland, what's your favorite city for rap?" I would say I have a lot of Oakland rappers, not one. I like Too Short. I like the early stuff. Too Short, MC Hammer, Dangerous Dame, Drew Down, Seagram. You know what I mean? The Loonies or Yuckmouth, Seagram, MC Man. You know what I mean? Rappin' Ron, Richie Rich. So many. It's too many to name, bro. Keep the Sneak. far as groups, I mean, there's 415, there's Three Times Crazy, there's Souls of Mischief, there's the Hieroglyphics, there's the Loonies, you know what I mean? So many others that came out of the town, Bad Influence, Black Dynasty, you know what I mean? For sure. Just too many, you know what I mean? As far as cities, I would say outside of Oakland, my most favorite city is the V Town, Vallejo 707. You know what I mean? I mean, look at how many rappers came out of that city. And it's one of the most influential cities of the Bay. I mean, everyone says Cuddy because of Vallejo. You know what I mean? You got Mac Dre, the king of the Bay is from Vallejo. E40, Funky Aztecs, Partner Deuce, you know what I mean? Baby Bash, and Too Deep, you know, uh, a lot of rappers, Selly Cell, Little Bruce, the Young D Boys, and so many others that came out of the V Town, you know what I mean? I would say Vallejo for sure goes in that in my top city outside of Oakland. Shortcuts. He says, "What Oakland figures, dead or alive, would you want to have on your show? And what does your family think of you being a minor town celebrity?" I don't know if I'm a town celebrity, but you know what I mean. A lot of people know who I am. My family don't mind as long as I don't bring no drama. You know what I mean? And like my nephew has told me that people have asked him if it's true his uncle's Oakland Latinos United. Oakland figures, shit. I would love to see my homie Juan, may he rest in peace, come back again. Uh, I would like to see, I would like to interview Dead. I would say Juan Espinosa, who's passed away, who I have interviewed. Uh, Pinky the Vaca, Huey Newton. Uh, man, a lot of people, you know what I mean? That's alive today. From Oakland, man, maybe some rappers like Drew Down, MC Man, uh, maybe Too Short if I could ever have him. You know, shoot, a lot of people. You know what I mean? Uh, my homie Cesar Cruz from Homies Empowerment. I'd like to have him on the channel one day. A lot of people. You know what I mean? Next question. B510 says, Orale, question. Why did you start playing cumbia by Vallenato? And what is your favorite style of cumbia? I started playing cumbia by Vallenato because my dad, who was from El Salvador, played music. He was a musician. He played salsa, cumbia, merengue, mostly tropical music, but he played some Mexican music. So I grew up with a lot of that music, a lot of influence from cumbia. And I started researching Colombian cumbia, which is where cumbia comes from, the root. And from there, I learned about vallenato, which is a rhythm that's not too known in the Bay Area. It is known to some people, but not readily known. And I started playing the Colombian style cumbia, which is the root of cumbia, and vallenato, because I like to go against the grain. I like to bring new things. As far as my favorite style of cumbia, I like cumbia from Colombia. I like cumbia from Argentina, cumbia villera. I like some chicha from Peru. From Mexico, I like some sonidero, some Veracruz style cumbia, some Guerrero cumbia, and I like cumbia from Monterrey. So there you go. Oh, and Salvadorian cumbia, of course. Christian Cruz, that's the homie right there. Adrian, do you think Oakland will get better if Raza steps up and takes control of the city jobs and a governing body that will make a difference? Can Raza do that, and what gets in the way? So, I already see a lot of Raza and city jobs. You know what I mean? In the police and the fire department and the city jobs in general, meter maids, stuff like that. You do see a lot of Raza now. As far as politics, yeah, there has to be more Raza in politics in Oakland. That's us for us to be educated about politics, educate ourselves about the way the city runs, and run for office and stuff like that. What gets in our way is that we don't educate ourselves. We don't learn about politics. We get stuck in the game. You know what I mean? We get stuck in drugs. We get stuck in gang politics, North and South and all that. And that's what hinders our progress a lot of times. But if we work on those things, we can move forward. You feel me? Sea Dog from San Diego. What's up, carnal? out there in Tijuana says, is there a lot of Latinos still in Oakland? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Latinos. Actually, I think there's more Latinos now than there was when I was growing up. When I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, Latinos were mostly Fruitvale, the Doves, a little bit of Funktown, the 40s, the 50s, some in the 60s. But once you went to the deep or West Oakland or North Oakland, it was mostly black, you know what I mean, African Americans. Now you find raza in the deep. Now you find raza in the West, you know what I mean? So we everywhere now. But yeah, there's a lot of raza in Oakland. Shortcuts, once again, says, what do you miss about the town we grew up in? I miss the culture from back in the days. I remember I miss the car culture, the lowriders, the muscle cars, the sideshow culture of back then when it was an Oakland thing. I miss the cruising on East 14th, you know, at the taco truck. I miss the Cinco de Mayo at San Antonio Park, festival at the lake, you know what I mean? You know, the old school stuff like Quarter Pound Giant Burger, Maris Bakery, you know what I mean? I miss a lot of things, you feel me? Is gentrification erasing the real Oakland history? Definitely. Would you run for mayor or council? Who's to say I wouldn't? Who knows, bro? I can't answer that one yes or no. Top five Bay cities besides Oakland. I would say Richmond, San Pablo area. I would say Vallejo. I would say San Jose. I would say Concord area. And you know I like Redwood City. There you go. Iron Fisted Cup returns. Says, would you ever try and link up with Yuckmouth TV? Yeah, why not? Why don't we talk about something cool? El Cucuy says, what's your favorite food to eat of all time? I would say enchiladas for sure. Sneaky Beanie out there in Detroit, Michigan, Southwest 313 says, do you plan on bringing political people on your channel? Like the streets interviews you have on here from the past. Definitely would love to have more political people on my channel. I just had Gato Negro, who's pretty political, on here last week, so definitely would like to do that. He also asked, why do you avoid God and why did you quit politics? It's not that I avoid God. I'm not a religious person. I haven't been one in a long time. And I consider myself an agnostic, which is not an atheist per se. I just don't know what's out there. You know what I mean? That's just, I'll leave it at that. As far as why I quit politics, I used to be very political, but I got jaded with politics. Just too much fakeness, too much problems, too much, just a lot of things. And, you know, it just turned me off. Sneaky Beanie asks, how do you feel about Raza? Is there a fighting chance for all of us to give up on all hope towards the people building each other? Everybody for I don't think that everybody for themselves. I don't think that we should give up. We can definitely come up. We just have to get away from, again, the drugs, the ignorance, the gang banging, the putting ourselves down, the crabs in the bucket mentality. If we build ourselves up, educate ourselves, and go to school and learn things, learn about politics, learn about a trade, learn about the way things run, you know what I mean? Learn about the betterment of our people, the history of our people. Yeah, there's definitely a chance it will come up. Esepeda says, is there a lot of... Esepeda, once again, old school supporter from the rich town, says, is there a lot of raza moving out of Oakland due to gentrification? And if so, where you think they moving to? I think it would be dope if you got to narrate a documentary on Latin music history of the Bay and feature guests, etc. As far as raza moving from Oakland, yes, definitely there is raza that are moving out of Oakland because of the gentrification. As far as where they're moving to, you know, a lot of the Chicanos and old school Mexicanos from Oakland have moved out. They're moving to the Central Valley, you know, Stockton, Modesto, those areas, or they're moving to other Bay Area cities like Vallejo, Antioch, Concord, Richmond, San Pablo, San Jose, Fremont, Hayward. So yeah, man, it's like kind of people are spread apart in different places. As far as a documentary about Latin music in the Bay, that would be dope. You know what I mean? And have a lot of guests on there because there's a lot of history with music of all kinds with Latinos in the Bay that don't get recognized. it always gets overshadowed by Los Angeles history. You know what I mean? No disrespect to LA or Southern California, but it's the truth, brother. Gato Negro says, "What? How do you see Oakland? The, I'm sorry. How do you see the Oakland developing in the future? Will it still be possible for working class people to buy homes in the city? Do you think activist projects will will have more influence with Libby gone? Definitely we have to. There definitely has to be activists who get their head out of their you know what and work on real social issues, work with working class people, and bring down inflation and gentrification and bring some kind of real estate reform. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, in the Bay Area, they are price gouging people, especially Oakland and in other cities in the Bay. So definitely with Libby gone, I don't know if the new mayor is going to be any better, but definitely there has to be a movement to change things for working class people to be able to buy houses or stay in Oakland, period, or in the Bay Area at that. But the liberals have showed their true colors. That they don't give a fuck about poor people. That's why they allowed the gentrification to happen how it did. Also, it says also what country you think has the best empanada snack style snacks and what's the best place to get them in the Bay. I would say Colombia has pretty good empanadas. Chile has good empanadas. To me, Chile is my favorite. El Salvador, the pascalitos de carne, as we call them. Veracruz style empanadas are pretty good. I've tried Argentinian empanadas; they're not bad, and Peruvian ones are good too. You could get the Colombian ones in Daly City at Mr. Boyle, or in San Jose at Mangos or at La Fonda Colombiana. There's also I know there's a Chilean place. There used to be one in the East Bay, but it's gone. And there used to be two in the East Bay, and they're gone, unfortunately. I think in San Francisco there's one, but I don't remember the name. Um, there's a few in San Francisco. Google empanadas. Also, you could go to almost any Salvadorian restaurant and ask for pascalitos de carne, and they have them. You know what I mean? So yeah. So now I got some more questions here that were asked before I end. So Derby Jacket sent me this. He says, "When did you wear your first Derby jacket in Ben Davis pants?" My first Derby I had one when I was 11. Ben Davis pants. I think I was 14 when I had my first pair, but I think I had a pair of Ben Davis shorts when I was a little kid, like 10 years old. What was Oakland old school Latino culture like? And did you ever get arrested falsely? Oakland Latino culture when I was growing up was more Chicano for sure. At least in the 80s and 90s, more of the cholo, more of the lowrider culture. Ben Davis, Dickies, khakis, winos, Stacy Adams, all that good stuff. And then it changed to people wearing tennis shoes, Nike Cortez, Chuck Taylors. You know what I mean? Dickies, Benz, Dockers. You know, and he also says, did you ever get arrested falsely? No, but I've gotten arrested. Falsely? I got pulled over falsely, but not arrested. Did you ever go to college or trade school and learn your favorite trade? Did your car and favorite ride ever break down and had color tow? I did go to college to teach, to learn a little bit of clerical work and also teaching. And I dropped out of college. As far as uh, my favorite car breaking down, yes, I had a lot of favorite cars, and yes, they did break down for sure a couple times. Let me see. Rich DM 650 says, question: did you listen to Rappin' Ron, and how accurate was his song "Hoods of the Town," which is called "All Turfs in the Town"? Rappin' Ron 1992. Yeah, I heard Rappin' Ron when he was with Ant Dog, Bad Influence. I used to like that song Buster Free. I've heard that All Turfs in the O song, and he pretty much gets it pretty accurate from what I know, from what I can remember. He does mention 38. I think he mentions the Water Brothers too in the 90s. So yeah, Rappin' Ron got it pretty accurate. Richard Godinez, El Gucher, asks, my question besides Raza channels, what other channels that you check out that are not Raza, and what content do you put out that interests you? What content do they put out? I listen to a lot of political ones like Joe Rogan. I listen to Secular Talk, Rational National. I listen to Amazing Atheists. I listen to the Young Turks, Jimmy Dore. Uh, I've listened to African Americans like Tommy Sotomayor back in the days. Um, I'm listening to a lot of different channels. You know what I mean? No Vultures, which was a African American channel from Oakland. I don't know if it's around anymore. A lot of different channels. I just like the different contents, political or street content. Um, oh yeah, I used to listen to Opie and Anthony back in the days, and Patrice O'Neill. You know, I just like the different things they talk about. Next, what is something you would never done but always wanted to do? Travel the world. Last, if stuck in an island, gotta pick one of a variety of music from the 70s, 80s, or 90s. If I was stuck in an island, I would say 80s music. There you go. That was Richard Godinez El Gucher out there in Brawley, California. Let me see. Next question from Lisa Sell. She says, who's your daddy? LOLJK. Just kidding. My daddy was Maximo Rivera from El Salvador, who passed away sadly in 2017. I miss him a lot. You know what I mean? Hopefully, in another life, I could see him again. Love you, Dad. Let me see. So, one more question. Mr. J says, is it true that Oakland Latinos is OG, triple OG? I don't think I am. Hey, triple OG, am I you? But no, I don't think I am. No, I don't have sophistication like that to make videos like that. But shouts out to Triple OG and anybody else out there. Well, that was the end of the questions. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. Press the like button, subscribe, press the notification bell. Be sure to leave a comment and tell me what you thought about my first ever Q&A. And thank you to all of you folks that donated questions or at least submitted questions for the Q&A. Hopefully this Q&A is popular and we could do another one within the next coming months. We'll skip a month and do one in 2 months to reconnect. But let me know what you think about this Q&A, question and answer with Oakland Latinos United. This is Jose out here in the 510 East Bay. You feel me? Over and out. Later.